Okay, Tov Yodim, good morning to you children.
Shalom, Rav. It's me, Rav. Shalom.
Um, all right, everybody turn on your camera so we can get our little day started here with a small group so far this morning. All right, there's some Angelus ladies. Let's see, Lara Land, we need to see your camera there, Lara Land. Can't hear you, Lev. All right, we're going to start in a minute here. There's Yeshua and Hadassah and everybody. All right. Yeshua, you start us off with prayer. Lara's do the Shema. And Yeshua, you do the Ten Commandments.
Thank you, Lord, for this day, for giving us, and please help us, for we learn more. In Yeshua's name, Amen. Shema Israel, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shem Gebo Makueto Leolam Baye. Hear Israel, the Lord our God is one God. Thank you, God, for the wrong one. I'm the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Do not have any other idols beside my face. Keep the Sabbath holy. Honor your mother and father. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not lie. And do not covet.
Very good. All right. We lost the Manjaris ladies, so we'll give them a minute to go come back. Is Shmooey there with you today? I don't see him.
He's in the other computer. The one with the camera not good. The camera
Okay.
watching is out.
All right. All right. Just to know, make sure I know he's here, so I know if to call on him or not. Let's see if Lev and Mia come back. They're looking like they're logging in there. All right. We're gonna. Lev and Mia, are you there?
Excuse me,
I can't
Rabbi.
hear you if you're talking.
My dad does
Yes.
separate us, then there'll be less distraction.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, let's see. Lev, can we hear you? Can hear you. If it's an external camera, just try unplugging the camera and turning it back and plugging it back in. If it's not, if it's part of the, I don't know which computer you're using. Just unplug the camera and plug it back in and then choose it. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. 1 minute, everybody. That way everybody can concentrate. Must be because you're in the forest. Ha ha ha. And the Laras are in Israel. One moment. I'll give it a minute. No, they got nothing. No. No microphone, no camera. All right. I'll give them a minute to get here, and then we'll start our class. There's Victoria. A little late, Victoria. Having some technology issues. We'll be with you in 1 minute. All right. All right, let's begin it. Everybody's getting here a little late. We like to start on time, everybody. And Mandaris are having technology issues. That's not their fault. All right, the man bowed his head and prostrated himself before Jehovah. Then he said, Blessed be Jehovah, Elohim of my master Abraham, has not abandoned his faithful love for my master, because Jehovah has guided me to the house of my master's kinsman. All right, so we're going to look at some words. All right. Yeshua, what does the word abandon mean? It's a big word. A-B-A-N-D-O-N-E-D. Abandon.
Abandon. Abandon.
Abandon.
You
Might be
know,
a hard one.
I know this word. I just forgot the meaning. I had to remember.
Well, can you give it to me in a sentence, maybe?
Okay. Abandon is like you left. You left by you left. There's a person left behind.
Left behind. Somebody left behind. That's pretty good, Yeshua. That's pretty good. Okay. Mia, you had your hand up?
All right, this got influenced by Dad. Dad says, it's like my dad. He left me alone at 2 months. Anyway, abandon
Well,
means...
Go ahead.
Anyway, just forget what I said. Abandon means to leave, to just desert someone or something. Like if you abandon a pet, you just leave it alone and you don't care for it. Or say the Lord has abandoned someone, then that means God's not protecting them anymore. He just is ignoring them.
Okay, so that's very good. That's a very good example. Yeshua, you gave a very good example. Abandon means to leave alone, then to leave behind or something like that, like Mia said. All right, so we know what the word abandon means now. Now, faithful, lev, faithful, F-A-I-T-H-F-U-L, F-A-I-T-H-F-U-L, faithful.
It means to trust. It means trust, no matter what.
Trust no matter what. Can you use faithful in a different sentence?
To believe.
To believe? Well, I asked you to use it in a sentence.
let's say someone does. Let's yes. I believe in Yeshua. No, or you have to use faith sentence. Faithful. Abraham was faithful to God.
Okay, very good, very good. Faithful to God. All right, Elisheva. Elisheva, can you tell me what the word faithful means, Elisheva? Do you know what the word faithful means?
Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, what's faithful?
Hadassah, you're next.
We start on
You don't know Elisheva? Okay, let's go to Hadassah. Hadassah, Hadassah, what does the word faithful mean? Faithful, the big word. Do you know what it means?
Faithful means it's faithful means it's you're glad.
Like you're glad? No, faithful doesn't mean like you're glad. You sure you're raising your hand? Well, give Hadassah a minute.
Okay.
Hadassah, try another. Think about it. Lev gave a pretty good example. All right, give it a shot, Yeshua.
Faithful is like obedient.
Faithful is like obedient.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you use it in a sentence? Can you use it in a sentence?
Maybe like a obedient servant that he pay attention what his master says.
Well, you're close. You're close. It is obedient, but it's a little bit different than obedient. Okay, let's go over to Victoria. Victoria, what do you think? Faithful. And if you can turn on your camera, that'd be great.
Sorry I got in class late. For some reason now every time I try to get in on my computer, it doesn't let me. Like it says that you can't start. I mean, you can't join the meeting, and then the password is wrong or something. So sorry, but the faithful. I think faithful means like, I guess when you have hope for something. So you trust in God, I guess that means.
You trust in God. Okay, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Mia, what about faithful? Faithful, Mia.
So to be faithful towards someone means to be loyal to them.
And be loyal to them.
Meaning that you won't
Okay.
leave, that you stand with them through everything.
Okay, that's good. You stand with them through everything. Right? Think of faithful like a dog, okay, a puppy dog. The dog is faithful to its master. Okay, even though you leave the dog home all day, and you're at work all day, and you come home, dog is there, and he's always coming up to you when you come home, and he wags his tail, and he's like, "Hi, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Let's play, let's play, let's play." Okay, so you got to think of faithful like that. The faithful is like a puppy dog. Faithful is no matter what, you stay by that person's side. Faithful. Okay. All right, now let's maybe go to a little easier word. Let's see here. In verse 27, there's another word that we got to think about because we got to make sure the younger kids are understanding. Hadassah, guided. Jehovah has guided me. Guidd. Guidd. Hadassah, what do you think guided is? What guiding somebody?
Guided is like you guided is like you guided is like you it's like you are alive.
Somebody guided you to your house.
Like I guide Yeshua to my house.
Well, what does that mean?
Guided is like you're happy for letting someone in.
No, that's not it. When you guided somebody to your house, what are you doing when you're guiding somebody to your house?
You say, you say hello.
You say hello. Well, that's nice to say, but no, that's not it. What about Shmooey? Shmooey, can you tell me what guided is? Guided, Guidd, guided. Shmuel, can't hear you if you're talking. There you go.
Guided, did Daniel friends were mean to him, and he and they pushed him into the lion's den.
They pushed Daniel into the lion's den. Okay, so what's guided? What do you think guided is? Did they guide Daniel to the lion's den?
Yes, they pushed him. And
Say that again, please.
he, they pushed him, and he put him in. And then he prayed to the Lord in the lion's den, and the Lord made the lions to sleep.
Okay, well, that's very good. You know the account very well. Yeshua, what does the word guided mean? Shmooey was giving us a different sort of an area about it, but okay, we need to know what the word guided is.
Guided is like you. I guide somebody like Scout. I tell him to come here, and I have to show him all around, like showing him, guiding him, like God is guiding all the other people to him.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, so the word guided, Yeshua is talking about the puppy dog the dog that comes over by their house, Scout. Okay, so he guides them to his house. He maybe has a bowl of water for him. So he says, Scout, here's your bowl of water. So he guides them to where the water is, okay? You tell him with the dog, or he says, Scout, here's your food, and he guides them to where his food is, okay? He shows them where it is, okay? So the word guided means to show somebody the way, show somebody the path, to show somebody where the food is, to show somebody where the water is, show them where to sleep, okay? So we needed to know these words because a lot of you guys didn't know the words, so we could be reading it and you're not understanding what we're reading, and that's why we had to go over our vocabulary words.
Testing.
Okay, Mia,
Can
we
you
can hear
me?
you. Sí, señor.
Okay, ready, Mia. Thank you, Ralph. Hello.
Okay, shalom. All right, so let's see. Vicky, read verse 26 and 27.
The man bowed his head and prostrated himself before Adonai. Then he said, Blessed be Adonai, God of my master Abraham, who has not abandoned his faithful love for my master, because Adonai has guided me to the house of my master's kinsman.
Kinsman. All right, very good. Victoria, also for your computer, you might have to update it. Update the browser, the web browser that you're using. Okay, whether you're using Google or Firefox or something else, you might have to update it, and then you'll be able to log in. All right,
Thank you.
so you're welcome. There's a word in verse 26 that we didn't go over. Let's see if Hadassah can get this word. Prostrated, prostrated. What did the man do? Prostrated. Look at the picture. Hadassah.
Prostrate means like the man is like in the picture. The man is putting his face on the ground.
Why would he do something like that?
Because the others left him. They didn't take him with them. They left him behind.
They left him behind, so he's crying. He falls on the ground. He's crying.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not really what it means to prostrate. But you did tell me the man is laying on the ground. Hey, let me go to Elisheba. Let me see if she knows what prostrate means. Elisheba, and I'll come to you next. You're next, Yeshua. Elisheba, do you know what prostrate is? Can you describe this picture? Let me put my little arrow thing here.
It's called lay down.
He's laying down. He's tired.
No, say like the man in the picture.
Man in the picture.
He's prostrating.
Prostrating.
What's the man doing?
What's he doing? Okay, say
Is he sleeping?
say it louder.
Say that again louder, please.
Prostrating.
What does it mean? What is he doing when he's prostrating? But what's he doing? Is he tired?
Okay, say he's laying down on the floor.
He's laying down on the floor.
Touch face down.
He's face down.
Is he tired? Did he go to sleep?
He's
Praying.
Yes or no? Did he go to sleep?
say it loud. He's praying.
Praying.
Oh, he's praying. Very good. He's praying. All right. Yeshua, what's prostrated mean? Very good, Elisheva.
Prostrating is like bowing down to God.
Why is he doing that? Why would
Why?
somebody do that?
Because he's in the presence of the Lord.
Can't you just stand up in the presence of the Lord and talk to
No.
him?
No, first you must bow down and then you stand up and talk.
Okay, very good, Yeshua. Very good. You're doing good today. Very good. Okay, so in verse 26, the man bowed his head and prostrated himself before Jehovah. Lev, why does he bow his head first? Why do you think? What's the purpose of bowing your head?
I'm thinking the reason why you have to bow your head when you prostrate. Go ahead. I think it's because your head is where you think, and maybe when you prostrate to God, you're supposed to set your mind on Him. That's what I think.
Okay, that's pretty good, Lev. That's pretty good. All right, Victoria, why would you bow your head first? What are you doing when you're bowing your head?
When you bow your head, I guess it's like you. I mean, you're showing God that you're that He's important and that He's the God and you're just no one. So like that's what it shows, but I don't know like exactly why, I guess.
Well, think about it for a second. When did you ever have a dog?
No.
Did friends or family ever have a dog?
Yes.
Did they ever yell at the dog because the dog did something bad in the house or something like that?
Yes.
What did the dog do with its head?
It lowered his head
Why did it
because he was
lower its head?
ashamed.
It was
Because he was
ashamed.
probably ashamed and sad that their owner had to be yelling at them, I guess.
Okay, he was ashamed. He was sad. Okay, we're getting there. Is there another reason he might bow its head? The dog might bow its head?
Um well it when so when a person is yelling at their dog and their dog lowers their head, like the the person knows that the dog knows that they did something bad
So the
because he
dog is
feels
knowing.
bad.
So he feels bad. Okay. But why would the man bow his head? The man said the man bowed his head and prostrated himself before Jehovah. He's not feeling bad. What's he doing?
He's I mean, we've all sinned, so I guess he's like, uh, I don't know.
Okay, well, listen up. We're going to get to it. Mia, why do you think the man bowed his head? What's the purpose of a dog bowing its head or a person bowing their head?
When a person bows their head and when they bow their head, they can show their gratitude or how grateful they are or how thankful you could say, or it could be in shame. Well, so there are two reasons why someone would bow their head: in shame or in honor, like honoring someone.
In shame or honor. Okay, well, we're getting there. In shame, you bow your head because you're embarrassed. Okay. Honor. Why don't we go a little further? Mia, why don't you try to explain in honor? Why would you bow your head in honor of somebody? Would you want to go, ha, or you're bowing your head? Why would you bow your head in honor?
Because it basically be that you're humbling yourself before that person, showing that they're more than you are. So, and that they have more authority than you do. So that's why someone would do that.
They have more authority. Okay, Victoria. Now take that to the dog. What's the dog doing when it bows its head? What did Mia just say?
They're showing that, like, the owner, they have authority of them.
You said that more like a question.
Yeah. They're so the dog, when they bow their head, they're showing that, like, they know that they did something wrong and that their owner, they have authority over them.
Okay, very good. All right, now listen up, everybody. Okay, because you guys couldn't answer well, so let's make sure we understand the word. And when you're bowing your head, you're honoring somebody, but you're also showing that that person you're bowing your head to has more authority over you. Authority meaning they're above you, and by you bowing your head, that means you're placing yourself below that person. Okay, so Eleazar, okay, the servant, bowed his head and then prostrated himself before Jehovah. So what he's doing is he's giving authority over his life to Jehovah. He's prostrating himself to then even give more authority over his life to Jehovah. Okay? So it's something very important because we need to do that for ourselves to Jehovah and to Yeshua. Okay? When you're praying, we bow our heads. Okay? Because we're praying to the Lord, so we want to give authority to the Lord over our lives. So we bow our heads in submission, meaning that we're putting God over us. So the man was putting God over him, even though he didn't really know him personally. He's putting God, Jehovah, in authority over his life. And he prostrated himself before Jehovah, putting himself very low to the ground, as we see here in the picture. Okay? You see here in the picture, the man has got his face to the ground. He's bent over on the ground. He's kneeling on the ground. That means he's giving authority to God, which is over him. And he's yielding his life to the Lord. Then he says in verse 27, Lev, read verse 27.
The man bowed his
27.
27. Then he said, Blessed be Adonai, God of my master Abraham, who has not abandoned his faithful love for my master, because Adonai has guided me to the house of my master's kinsman.
Thank you, Lev. Very good read. Very good read, Lev. All right. So then the man says, he says, Elohim, Jehovah Elohim, you have not abandoned. He's saying, you haven't left me alone. This is why we had to go over the word, because most everybody didn't know what the word abandon means. A-B-A-N-D-O-N-E-D, abandon. He said, you haven't abandoned me. You haven't left me alone. You've been faithful. Okay, you've been very faithful with your love for my master. Okay, so he's very thankful. He bowed his head, as we've seen the picture. He bowed his head, he prostrated himself. So he prostrated himself. Okay. And then he said, blessed be you, our King, Jehovah Elohim. And he says, you haven't abandoned me. Okay, remember? Let's go back to the picture that we went back to a couple of times this week. Remember, they took a long journey. Everybody seen the picture? Took a long journey through the desert, and they took camels because it was a long journey. They didn't take horses. They had to travel real far. And a lot of bad things could have happened during that time, okay? A lot of bad things. Because there's no police department, there's no road signs, there's no GPS, they didn't have phones, so they could have got lost, right? It's a big desert, and they could have got lost over here, and then in the sand, they could have lost over here, and they could have fell into a trap. Bad guys could have attacked them. So he's saying here in this verse that we're looking at today, he said he bowed. He was very thankful. What does it mean, Yeshua, to be thankful? What does it mean to be thankful?
What is to be thankful is to be like to give
You're next, Hadassah.
to give thanks to give thanks to people, to other people that have been nice to you.
Well, what do you mean, give thanks? Well, what is thankful?
Thankful is thankful is that to to to
Joyful.
to be happy and to be glad, to say sorry. No, actually no. That's to thank you, like thank you, giving thanks.
To be happy,
Yeah.
giving thanks. Okay, Hadassah, what does the word thankful mean?
Thankful mean
Love your neck.
Thankful mean is like you're thankful because the things that you have already.
You can't use the word, if we're looking for a definition, you can't use the same word in the definition because we don't know what the word thankful means.
Thankful is like you're thankful for the people that came to your house.
Okay. All right, Hadassah, I'm looking for the definition of the word thankful. You can't use the word thankful in telling me what the definition means.
What you think? I think that is like somebody came to your house.
And somebody came to your house and you were happy?
Yes.
And you were laughing?
No. You just say hi.
Then what is thankful? Okay.
Because it's in the this is the cause of it. Because it's in the other room. The microphone is not on. He's in my room.
Okay. All right, let's ask Lev. Lev, what is thankful? Because the man seemed to be thankful.
To be thankful means to be grateful about something that someone gave you, or let's take for example a a holiday that is going to come soon, Thanksgiving. We remind ourselves.
Okay.
We remind ourselves how basically the pilgrims found the land, and like how how the Native Americans taught them to grow food. And we remember things like that. And we're grateful of how the pilgrims did that.
Okay, very good, Lev. Very good. All right. So what Lev was talking about was a little bit about Thanksgiving. We're thankful. See, the pilgrims and the Native Americans, okay, they would ate dinner together. They were all thankful. And the pilgrims got to tell the First Nations people about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. And they were thankful. They were joyful. They were happy. Thankful means joyful, happy. Okay? So the man, okay, he bowed his head and prostrated himself before the Lord, before Jehovah, and said, Blessed be the God, blessed be Jehovah Elohim of my master Abraham, who has not abandoned his faithful love for my master, because Jehovah guided me to the house of my master's kinsman. Okay, so he was very happy. Okay, because like I showed you that picture a moment ago, he could have got lost. Okay, could have very easily got lost and went to the wrong place, and then he would have been gone all a long time, and they could have ran out of food. They would have had to sell the gifts and all those things like that. So he was thankful. So he bowed his head. Bow meaning he yielded to God. So he put God over him by bowing his head like a dog bows his head to the master. Okay, he prostrated himself on the ground. Okay, he prayed to God. Okay. All right, let's see here. Got 15 minutes. Let's go down to the bottom of the page. Let's go to Matthew 28, verse 16 to 18. Nia, read it. Read Matthew 28, verse 16 to 18 with feeling.
Mia's not here. She went to the bathroom.
Okay, Lev, would you read it, please?
Sure. Matthew 28 verse 16, or the whole thing?
16 through 18. 16 through 18. 16 through 18.
So the 11 Talmudim went to the hill in the Galilee where Yeshua had told them to go. When they saw him, they prostrated themselves before him, but some hesitated. Yeshua came and talked with them. He said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me.
Okay. All right, so this is after Yeshua's death and resurrection. He came back, just like Mia came back from the bathroom. Okay. All right. So they prostrated themselves. Victoria, why did they prostrate themselves to Yeshua? Why did the Talmudim, the disciples, prostrate themselves before Yeshua?
Well, I mean, if you know God, then you'll do it. You'll prostrate yourself, but I feel like that's what they did because they know God and they know that like they're like he's the one and only God, and he's good to us. So they prostrated themselves to Yeshua.
But why? Why do they prostrate themselves? What are they doing? Okay, we had this whole lesson before during the earlier part of the class. What are they doing by prostrating themselves before Yeshua?
They're they're showing that like they want to be forgiven from their sins, I guess, because like if you prostrate yourself, then well, first you're saying that you're like no one compared to God. So and also like when you prostrate yourself, you want to be forgiven from your sins.
Well, do you always prostrate yourself and asking for forgiveness of sins, or do you prostrate yourself for other reasons before the Lord?
For all the reasons for the Lord.
Okay, so why would they be doing it? Because they're not asking for forgiveness of sins. They're doing it for another reason. Yeshua, you're next.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you got to listen, Victoria, because we went over this earlier in the class. Yeshua, why would the Talmudim be prostrating themselves before Yeshua, the Messiah?
For show forgiveness. For show that
They're forgiving Yeshua for leaving?
no, they're forgiving themselves to Yeshua.
Well, what does it mean to prostrate yourself?
Prostrate is to bow down. To
Why?
show thanks is used in different ways, like thanks, forgiveness, and
Okay, thanks and forgiveness. What was the last one?
and also sorry.
Okay. Well, when we go back up to the top of the page here, was this man sorry or was he
Yes,
thankful?
he's being thankful.
What? He was
He's saying
thankful.
sorry.
Okay.
He's saying sorry. And
Why
he's
is, he,
saying
why is
sorry
he saying he's sorry?
because
Why is he saying he's sorry?
he's made a mistake.
Did the man make a mistake that we were just talking about today? Or was
Yes.
he thankful?
Yeah. People make mistakes and sometimes they have to say sorry. Like
Well, that's correct, but
when they hit the other person but not by purpose, you have to say sorry and forgive each other.
okay, but that's not always the reason for prostration. Mia, what about what do you think the Talmudim are prostrating themselves before Yeshua the Messiah?
Even though they were his Talmudim, they knew they should still give him respect because he's the Son of God. Because verse 18 gives us the answer. Because it says, Yeshua came and talked with them. He said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. So the Talmudim, knowing that he's the Son of God and knowing that he had all authority, they prostrate themselves in reverence. Because they were making themselves lower than him. Knowing that he had all authority means that he had authority over them.
Okay, now listen up, everybody. Mia gave us a great answer. Okay, now listen up, Yeshua. Listen up, Victoria. Okay, Mia gave a great answer. The Talmudim, the disciples, are prostrating themselves in respect. Okay, in yielding. Like, remember the puppy dog. The puppy dog is yielding to the master because the master is yelling at the puppy dog because let's say he pooped in the house. Okay, or the puppy dog was running in the house and the lamp fell off the table and broke. Okay, so the master starts yelling at the puppy dog, so the puppy dog goes, sorry, and he bows his head. Okay, but it's not always saying you're sorry. What it is yielding. It means you're putting the one you're bowing to above yourself. Okay, so the Talmudim, 11 Talmudim went to the hill in the Galil, where Yeshua had told them to go. When they saw him, they, meaning the Talmudim, the disciples, prostrated themselves before him, but some hesitated. Okay, so listen up, Elisheva. Pay attention. Okay, so Victoria, what are the Talmudim doing when they're prostrating themselves before Yeshua the Messiah?
They're showing respect to God and they're being thankful and also like saying sorry at the same time.
What do they got to say that they're sorry about in this particular case? They did what he told them to do. They went to the hill in the Galil, where Yeshua had told them to go. They went there. In this particular case, are they saying they're sorry?
No?
No, they're saying they're thankful. They're thankful. Okay, everybody, that's why we went over the word thankful. Okay, they're happy. And they're yielding, they're placing Yeshua above themselves. Okay, they're prostrated themselves. But it's very interesting. It said some hesitated. Some, like, I don't know. Okay, that's not good. All right, got a few minutes left. Let's get to the last page. Okay, now that Mia's back, let's read verse 62 to 65. Verse sheet 24, verse 62 to 65.
Meanwhile, Yitzchak, one evening after coming along the road from Beer Lahai Roi, he was living up in the Negev, went out walking in the field, and as he looked up, he saw camels approaching. Rivka too looked up, and when she saw Yitzchak, she quickly dismounted. Do you hear me still?
Verse 62 to 65, Mia.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Verse 62 to 65.
Okay. Yeah. Verse 64. Rivka too looked up, and when she saw Yitzchak, she quickly dismounted the camel. She said to the servant, "Who is this man walking in the field to meet us?" When the servant replied, "It's my master," she took her veil and covered herself.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mia, for reading. All right. All right, so now they've come back from that long journey. So now let's look at our picture real quick. Okay. They took the long journey back. Okay, so picture the camels going this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, so they made a long journey back and Jehovah protected them. They went through the sand. They took this long journey back. Because Rivka said that she would marry Yitzhak. She would go with the servant, okay, and marry Yitzhak, okay. Let's see, a couple minutes, okay. And they're traveling along the road, okay. Okay, they found the road, and Yitzhak was walking out in the field, and he looked up and he saw the camels approaching. He said, "Oh, the goodness, yeah, the camels are coming to my house." What are these people doing here? Oh, their goodness, all these 10 camels. Okay. Rivka too looked up, and when she saw Yitzhak, she quickly dismounted the camel. What did she do? Verse 65, she said to the servant, "Who is this man walking the field to meet us?" And the servant replied, "It's my master." She took her veil and covered herself. Victoria, what did she do? What is she doing?
About the veil and where she covered herself?
Yes, yeah, we're talking about the veil and she covered herself. Why is she doing that? Why didn't she have it on the whole time?
Well,
What she,
I mean, I don't know why she didn't have it like the whole time, but maybe she put it on to um to show respect to him, maybe.
she put it on to show respect. What do you think, Lev? Lev, what do you think? Why is she putting her veil on now and cover herself? What's she doing by putting her veil on?
Well, to her, she's already considered because she knows that so she knows that she's gonna be Yitzhak's wife. So she covers her she covers her her she covers herself with her veil, and she's accepting his his authority.
Okay, so she's accepting his authority. Mia, why did she wait till then to put on her veil? What do you think?
Because she hasn't met her future husband yet. So only now, because she saw him and she knew he was the one that she was going to marry, that's when she put the veil on. Because she's accepting his authority,
So
because she's under his covering now.
she's under its covering now. All right. Good class this week, everybody. Let me get this off the screen so I can see everybody. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 10. Close our class in the honor of prayer. Okay, Yeshua, you get to go first, then Lev.
The number is 2.
Wrong. Lev,
10.
wrong. Shmooey,
8.
wrong. Ellie, you want to try?
What number?
5.
Wrong. Mia,
9.
wrong. Hadassah,
7.
wrong. Vicky,
6.
wrong. Lev,
7.
I already said that.
Oh wait.
somebody said that. You were wrong. Yeshua,
I'm thinking. I'm thinking 3.
quickly. No. Mia,
8.
That was already said, no. Hadassah?
Um, mm, 4.
Nope. Lev?
5.
That was already said. Mia?
4.
No. All right. I'm just going to choose. Victoria, come on, get the number. There's only a couple, 1 or 2 left.
There's 2 left. I'm gonna say 1.
Yay, 1. Close us in prayer.
Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for giving us another day of life. Thank you for letting us have theology class with Rabbi. Please let us learn more each day of you. Learn more about you every day, and let us get our schoolwork done early. And in Yeshua's name, Amen.
Amen. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. The storm's moving out.
Shalom.
Bye-bye.
Shalom. Bye. Bye. Bye.